As we journey through the challenges of faith, life often calls us to reflect on how we express love and understanding in our actions. This story invites us to explore the harmony of different beliefs and the power of unity in service to God. In a world often divided by personal convictions, let us be reminded that true faith is not a matter of who is right, but how we live out our love and compassion for one another. Let your heart rest as you consider these words, allowing them to fill you with peace, hope, and encouragement. Today's message comes from the book Jesus in the Home by Neio, Lucio, psychographed by the medium Francisco Xavier. Chapter 32, Victorious Faith. Andrew was pointing out certain difficulties involved in spreading the new redemptive principles of which the Master was a messenger. Making reference to the Pharisees with a passionate bitterness, he urged his fellow disciples to form an organized resistance movement. Jesus, however, had been listening with imperturbable tolerance to the angry discussion, and as soon as he got everyone quiet down, he asserted, "No school of religion will triumph with the Father if it is devoid of love, which is our responsibility to cultivate toward one another." And perhaps because a justified expectation was expressed regarding the moral teaching that his divine words of wisdom could weave, he began very calmly. In the times of early faith, 3 primitive men settled with their families in a large forest, and after having lived in fraternal harmony for a time, they began to argue about the nature of the Creator. One of them insisted that the Almighty lived in the thunder. Another believed that the Father resided in the wind, and the third that he lived in the sun. All 3 of them felt they were his sons, but they wanted at all costs to stick to their own individual opinions. After harsh verbal altercations, they turned to fighting openly. One of the 3 was armed with a large supply of ore, another with a great pile of stones, and the third had hidden behind a pile of wood. Thus, pieces of firewood and crude stones were the weapons they would use in the great conflict. All of them invoked the protection of the Supreme Lord for their families and then they threw themselves into the fray. The conflict escalated to the point that they went throughout the forest, harming both trees and animals until the all-compassionate one sent them a friendly angel. The messenger visited their forts in the guise of an ordinary man, and instead of taking away the tools with which they were destroying living things, he told them that all three of their traditions were invaluable in their own way. He told them that they only needed to take a new approach. He explained that all three were right in the belief that nourished their souls, because God lives in the sun that sustains his creatures, in the wind that helps nature, and in the thunder that renews the atmosphere. And with a lot of patience, he explained that the Creator can only be honored by means of dignified and profitable work, by teaching the first one to transform the hard pieces of ore into tools with which to till the earth during the planting season. The second one by converting his wood into valuable pieces for well-being. The third by using his stones to build comfortable shelters. To everything was to be added the good doctrine of working for everyone's progress and evolution. The three contenders thus understood the greatness of victorious faith through constructive acts, and the discord ended for good. The master made a short pause and added, "In matters of religion, all believers have respectable reasons for holding to it, and they have invaluable abilities that should be made use of to enhance life and time, thereby glorifying the Father. But when people hold on to heaven's blessings and do nothing for others or for themselves, they are like a miser who dives headlong into the hell of thirst and hunger in order to wrongly hide the wealth that God has loaned him. For this very reason, faith that does not help, teach, or console is no more than dark vanity of the heart." A heavy silence fell over everyone, and Andrew lowered his timid eyes in order to better grasp the enlightening message. May this story serve as a gentle reminder that our faith grows victorious not through conflict, but through love, understanding, and the ways we uplift one another. As you prepare for rest, let the warmth of God's light guide your spirit toward unity and purpose. Breathe deeply, knowing that each act of kindness, no matter how small, glorifies the Father. Trust in His plan, find peace in His presence, and awaken tomorrow with a renewed sense of hope and faith. So be it.